But where's that $600 stimulus check? It's a big night with $10,000 could potentially be landing in your bank account in a couple of days. That's a $10,000 stimulus check. The second stimulus check of $600 could be landing in your mailbox in the next few days. Millions of viewers of this channel still have not gotten it. And the third stimulus package check could be $3,200 in your bank account if you're adult dependent. Wow. In this video, I'm going to go over second and third stimulus package together. It's the first of a double header tonight. I'll be going 30 minutes on this video and then taking a break, and then about 2 minutes later coming back with another 30-minute video. This one will go over really what you're seeing between now and the end of the month, between second and third stimulus. I'll explain where we're heading for all this paths, because it's a little confusing. We're going from A to B to C, and I know it's like, okay, what's going on here? And then I'll give you guidance on what's happening next. Then on the video after this, I'll come back on live and I will answer a lot of your questions. It will be more of a Q&A video after this one. So if you have questions based upon what you hear in this video, certainly get ready to answer them on the video after this. The video after this, I'll also go into detail how you need to get ready to apply for a lot of stuff. Also, under second stimulus and third stimulus, we have a visitor in the room, a beautiful fly. So this fly is sort of going all over the place. I don't know if he's going to visit during this broadcast, but he's on one of the walls right now. So I'm so excited for you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit that alert button, that like button. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member at Calcino VIP. As others have. Jean became a Calcino VIP earlier today. Sorry, I did not give her the shout out, so I'm giving her one now. And then I'll also consider becoming a Purple Power member or Purple Hawk. You have new emojis as of right now. There's Connie and Tracy killing the emojis. We have 4 new emojis since last night. The donut emoji, if you're lazy. The ice cream emoji, if it's delicious. And it's not law yet, if it's really not law yet. You also have a new sirloin emoji if you're really hunting for that stimulus. You're like, I'm hunting for it. And I'm so excited to get to the details. Let's get ready to rock and roll. And I appreciate all the love in the room. All right, first, let's cut to third stimulus. Let me give you a broad view of what is in the third stimulus package. I know there's been a lot of recording on this channel today, but it started really heating up when I was the first one online of any YouTube channel to go over the actual third stimulus check bill draft. This is it. It's about 20-something pages. It's very detailed. So what I want you to understand before we get to it is that in October and November and December, I told you that the $2,400 of SSI and SSDI does not fit in a stimulus package. It's not a stimulus item. It is something to fix the benefits system. And it actually said in Joe Biden's transition papers he wanted to fix the benefit system. He wanted a bill to fix it. So I said that was going to be standalone. So some viewers got a little confused last night when they didn't hear it mentioned. I made a mistake by not reminding you before that broadcast by Joe Biden from Delaware. To tell you, hey, he's not going to mention it. He also didn't mention the highways or the teachers because they have standalone bills as well. He didn't mention the student loan forgiveness of $10,000 because that's also a standalone bill. So all these things will be standalone bills. How soon? Not by the weekend, not by tomorrow. They'll be coming shortly. So understand the $2,400 in SSI and SSDI is very much in play. It's not in this because it doesn't belong in this. And everything else, the 3 items for the $2,400. So that's good news. All right, next, the $10,000, the $10,000 stimulus, which is really exciting. If you're an EIDL grant applicant in 2020, sources now indicate that you could be receiving the remainder of $10,000 EIDL grant in the next couple of days. So be on the lookout, especially in your email spam folder. If you get an email from sba.gov telling you to go to a website to confirm your identity and your application information, because that allegedly is on its way to pay the remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant. In this video, I will also be going over the new EIDL grants that are opening for people who never applied for the EIDL grant. if you do not have a pen and paper, you may want to grab one in this video because it's going to be coming up shortly, all these details of what you can get. All right, let's go now to the other items in third stimulus package. So the stimulus check in the third stimulus package will either be $1,400 for you or $3,200. If you're an adult dependent, you're going to get $3,200. Adult dependents will get $3,200, and there's Mr. Fly. That's him. You can get $3,200. $3,200 if you're an adult dependent. Why? Because $1,200 of the first stimulus check you never got, and $2,000 you never got under the second stimulus package. So adult dependents, you're gonna get $3,200, a check of $3,200. What if you were asking me a great question? Who gets the check? Where does it go? Let's deal with it when we get closer. But that's a really, really good question. It may go to the person whose return you appear on. All right, made payable to you. I don't know. It's just too complicated at the moment. The next one is the everyone else. You're gonna get $1,400. Married couple, children, $1,400. Everyone's gonna get $1,400. Viewers are already asking me, is it gonna be easier than the mess we're dealing with now with the second stimulus check? Of course, yeah. Janet Yellen's gonna be coming in. Everything's gonna be just smoother. So just that's a great news. All right, the next one is FPUC and FPUC Retro. The great news, as you see, if you've been with me all day long where I've gone over the language of the bill, he specifically makes this very clear, but he did not make it clear when he appeared on TV, that he has not made a determination about the number. He has not made a determination about the number of weeks. He's not made a determination about whether he's going forward, he's going backwards. He specifically says, I'm just making recommendations. I'll leave this up to Congress, what they want to do. He says, I like the number 400, but they can choose another number. I am not going to say whether we're going one direction. I'm not saying whether we're going to stop at September 13th. I'm not saying if we're going back or forward. I'm leaving it up to Congress to decide, which is really, really, really good news. FPUC Retro is still on the table. It's still not off the table. There's been absolutely no decision whatsoever made about it. And $400 is not the number. It's still up for grabs. Really, really good news. He also had a great provision in there, which is something, sounds like he's been watching this channel for a while, which I always said, why does it take 5 months to write a 6,000-page bill every time you got to change 4 words? So he wants to have a simple fix-it where if they want to change something, then they just do 4 words. They don't need to have a 5-month ordeal over 4 words. Really, really good news. If you want to join, the link at the top is at the top of the chat. The next thing that was really great. I mean, just if you joined me earlier today, I read this on camera, cold read. It had just come off the presses, and I was like, oh. I was like, what? Wait, did I read this right? $1,400 a week for paid sick leave. I mean, this is insane. This is incredible. If you're in a place of work where they don't pay sick leave, then he will pay you up to $1,400 per week, not per month, per week. $1,400 of paid sick leave, base up to a $75,000 annual income. The most you can make is $75,000, I guess, because 75 times 4, I don't know, 49 weeks times $1,400 is 79. I don't know what it is, but that's insane. That's absolutely incredible. So the great news is that if you have sick leave, he will pay you $1,400 a week. Wow. Now there was more in there that was additionally great, which was that kids that are in college that are having problems with bills, he will provide $1,200 or $1,400 financial assistance. I don't know if that's a loan or a grant. It's not very clear, but there's also very great news. There was business stuff in there. There was business grant and business loan, which is great if you want both of them. Most viewers want both of them. The first one is you can get a grant for your business if it was impacted by the pandemic, hurt by the pandemic. But, and I get this question so often from viewers, that if you want to build your business and you're having problems building your business, he will do a massive loan to help build your business, even if it's a new business. I get so many people asking, is there anything for new businesses? I started a business during the pandemic because, I got laid off. I had to do something. Thank you, Tracy, for the super chat. Can landlords refuse to accept your rent assistance? They cannot. I mean, they know they can't accept your rent assistance, but if you're having problems with that, reach out to the volunteers and maybe have the rent given to you and then you give it to the landlord. No, they can't. They can't do that. Remember, there's a eviction moratorium in place. Um, so it's really good news the way he writes this. Uh, the the and so when we see these surprises like the paid sick leave, and when we see these surprises like the student in college can get $1,200, that's delicious. That's $12 ice cream emoji right there. All right, what else was also delicious and a surprise in here was that there's rent in here for middle class people who are even employed. Thank you, Habisco Show, for becoming a Purple Power. So kind, really, really kind. Thank you so much. So if you're having problems with rent and you're middle class and you're employed, you can still get a rent assistance on the third stimulus package. This is totally different than the second stimulus package, which says, hey, you got to be low income. Thank you, Kathy, for the super chat. Thank you, Dave, for the super chat. Which is totally different than the second stimulus package. There's Connie killing the emoji game. It means that you can get rent in a way that you never would have gotten it under the second stimulus package. Middle class and and still employed, you can get rent assistance. SNAP, he continues the SNAP increase of 15% from when is it? June to I think it's September, August, September, June to December, maybe it's December, which is great. Then he had another new program in there. It sounds like it's new the way it's written. Maybe I never knew about it. Um, is that the no SNAP has gone already gone up. SNAP you get 15% increase from January to June. Some states are doing February to July. So the great news is that there is also what looks like a new program, unless maybe I've never heard about it, where the federal government is going to pay restaurants to make food and then send that food to you when you're hungry. So would they have this in LA for older people who can't afford food or are low income, they can sign up for food delivered from restaurants for free. Well, this is going to be a federal version of it, where FEMA, thank you, Orion's Key for Purple Hawk. This is a great program where the federal government will pay, FEMA will pay money to restaurants to make food, and it will be delivered to you at your home. Really, really good idea. So what else is in there? Hazard pay. Have I covered hazard pay in this video? I don't think I've covered hazard pay. Hazard pay is really a shocker. Hazard pay is a shocker because he does it in a very unusual way. What he does with hazard pay is he says, okay, there's two types of hazard pay people. There are people who work fire rescue, ambulatory for the city, county, and state. I'm going to send that money to the localities, and they'll pay you. So he's sending hazard pay out to the localities, they'll pay you. That's the first one. The next one is that he says, well, private employers should be paying you hazard pay already. Now, listen how he says this. He says retail, he actually says the word retail and grocery should have been paying you hazard pay already. Ooh, the Gap? Banana Republic? Ralph Lauren? What type of retail are we talking about? Or is he talking about Amazon, Walmart? This is really exciting. And then he says groceries should be paying you hazard pay. So what I'm going to be doing, this is him talking in this bill proposal, is I will be speaking to CEOs to encourage them to understand the importance of paying you hazard pay. So how do I interpret that? It sounds like he's going to urge corporate America. Thank you for the super chat, Nomi. He's going to urge corporate America to pay hazard pay, and if they don't, he's going to make it a federal law. Can he do it? Absolutely. In LA County, they recently passed a rule that required grocery stores that operate in the county to pay you an additional amount of hazard pay. This was after grocery unions, which I detailed on outside for 5 months, grocery unions across the country picketing the major companies like Kroger, like Whole Foods, saying pay as hazard pay. And so now what counties are doing is say, hey, we're going to just force them to pay you hazard pay. We're going to pass a law that says they have to pay you hazard pay. So it looks like Joe is lining this up. So this could be very good because you would not have to do anything, donut guy. Do it just laying it in your bank account after you go to work, but at least you work. Now, the part that would not potentially work is perhaps if your place of employment is a very small mom and pop, maybe they would not be required to pay you. Unclear at the moment. So if you need rent assistance, reach into the pinned comment to this video, open it up. The last line is news.lalate.com/community, gives you guidance as to how to reach out to the volunteers. So there's so much stuff that's really great in here. I think, there's a tax credit that's very good. The program with the food is called Feed. There's childcare. Um, there are those massive grants, and then there's more for the internet. There's so much in there, and now at the 15-minute mark, what a great timing. So let me go over where we are now. We sit at the 15-minute mark. Thank you for joining me. This is Evenings LA, and boy, what a night it has been. If you had joined me early in the day, you saw me go live when I rushed into camera with Lily. What was a rushed recording? I called it as a rush recording because I had the first off the presses draft of the third stimulus check bill. No one on YouTube, no one anywhere else had made a recording about it. So I went over a draft of the bill with you. And suddenly our eyes popped. Thank you, Paul Bouchon, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Our eyes popped because this was all great news. It was nothing like how Joe portrayed it last night. We all were just sort of shocked and dumbfounded when we heard his press conference. We're like, is that really it? And then when I showed you this, then we understood, oh my goodness, thank goodness this is what's going on. Oh, you got residences in Nevada, Stacy. Congratulations. Was that Clark County? Was that Las Vegas, Clark County? I got a lot of people Clark County rent on this channel, which is Las Vegas County as well. And this was just incredible, great news that we finally saw that the third stimulus package had some great stuff in there. Not like what we had feared. And then I had to make the clarity of, yes, Clark County. Well, congratulations. I'm really happy. I think that's the third Clark County viewer that got rent in this channel. I'm really excited for you. So I was really excited. There is money in there for the homeless people. I forgot about that. So I did say that in the earlier video. There is money in there for the homeless people to get out of homelessness and into a home. So this is absolutely wonderful. It is really $3,200. It is for an adult dependent. It's $1,200 plus $2,000. And if you're just joining me, can you use the emoji for some of the questions? Because some people are saying, how do I apply? It's not law yet. When do I get that money? It's not law yet. So can you please pull out that emoji? Because I'm seeing a couple, not like two. I'm seeing like five. When do I get this money? It's not law yet. That's a sort of donut guy-ish. It's not law yet. There we go. It's not law yet. It's not law yet. So I appreciate you're ready to pounce, but it's not law yet. So where we going from here then? Well, the concern is still second stimulus. Second stimulus, which was signed into which I call Mar-a-Lago stimulus, which was signed by the president of Mar-a-Lago about 5 weeks ago now, has several provisions. And you need to be ready as a Purple Hawk, like Miss Jenny or Connie, and all the other beautiful. There's Kalisha as a Purple Hawk, to be ready to pounce on the second stimulus items. Here are the items. Remember I said to pull out a pen and paper. Here are the items to add to the list. We just went over third stimulus. Let's go over the second stimulus items. First, the check. I know a lot of you have not gotten the check. Someone in IG right before I went live, I'm being simulcast tonight in Instagram, said, "Is tomorrow the last day to fear that we're never going to get it?" No, but I do hear that date mentioned some places. But don't worry, 50% of the viewers have never gotten this check yet. 50% of the viewers have not seen that second stimulus check, so it's a big fiasco. That's the one thing. The second thing is the big EIDL update. Someone just said, can you give me an EIDL update? Yep, here you go. So the big EIDL update is if you are one of these two groups, you need to be, as a hawk, ready to pounce this weekend. Because I'm hearing it's going to go live by the end of the weekend. What is it? Agriculture or ranchers or business in the low income communities. That grant program will go live anytime. It was created by the second stimulus package. It's 5 weeks law. It's been 5 weeks since they passed it, and it's still not live. I'm hearing it's going to go live by the end of this weekend. So get ready to pounce. This is if you never got a grant. This is if you never got a loan. Don't try to get double money. This is not double money game. This is not double jeopardy. This is if you haven't got to anything. Yes, for sirloin. No, I think the Calcinos are a good area. It's not in the bad area. I mean, it's a rich area. I should say that. Sorry, my mistake. So pounce like a hawk, caw. There you go. And I want you to get that moolah as soon as it goes live because it could go live any second. The no double dipping. This is not nachos and cheese. So if you already got some cheese on your nachos, don't come asking for some more EIDL. Next, if you've not gotten PPP, please get PPP. My purple hawks, get ready to pounce on this one. PPP went live on Monday, and the lenders are sending out emails saying, "Hey, where's your PPP? Get it on file." I know people who are like ready to pounce, and they're just getting nervous because it's like, don't wait around 5 weeks for this. Get this in. Uh, you want to reach out to the lenders. Lenders include people like Fundera and Funding Circle and Cabbage. So if you want a PPP, reach out to it. Who can get PPP? Who can get EIDL? If you have a Schedule C on your tax return, or you have a corporate tax return, any Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb, anyone like that, go get it if you need it. PPP starts as a grant and as a loan and turns into a grant. With 1,000 people in the room. Wow. So let me go over the other things. What about I couldn't see what it said. What about, and then I couldn't see the last word. Uh the If you have questions or comments to this video, join. If you're just joining me at the 24-minute mark, also join. I will be going live again. Thank you, KD, for becoming a Purple Power. Wow. If you're just joining me at the 21-minute mark, I will be going live right after this. This video has about 9 more minutes, and then I'll be back live with another 30-minute video. But that one will be ostensibly all questions and answers. So I'm going to go over almost all your questions and answers in that video. So if anything really perks your mind, certainly join me. SNAP benefits. I want to go over SNAP under second stimulus. SNAP is causing a little bit of perplexity because it's being paid three different ways. One, it's being paid with the benefit increase of 15% under the second stimulus package for 6 months, starting in January. Second, it's being held up and being started to be paid in February. Or third, they already paid January, but then they come back and say, we owe you some money. Here you go. They're paying the supplemental. They're making a second payment in the month of January to pick up the thing. And that's really good news. What is SNAP? SNAP is food. How do you get SNAP? Reach out to Department of Agriculture. How much is it? Thank you for Nancy becoming a Purple Hawk. How much can you get for SNAP? Family of four can get $1,400 in Hawaii. So really, really good stuff here. SNAP. So far I've covered SNAP under second stimulus. I've cut SNAP. I haven't covered FPUC, which is the $300 a week. Your FPUC is to March at $300 a week, and your UI is to March, and your PUA is to March. And you just have to ensure that you keep on certifying for benefits. I've covered SNAP. I've covered unemployment. I've covered the check. I covered EIDL, and I've covered PPP. So the last one I want to cover under second stimulus is, for some people, the most important item, and that's rent, utilities across the board. It's just not live yet. It just hasn't happened. I don't know where this money is. Where's the rent? Where's the utilities? We don't know where it is. So what I want you to understand is that go into the pinned comment to this video and open it up. And at the bottom of the pin, it says community page, news.lalate.com/community. And the volunteers can help get you rent now based upon their resources. Make it even simpler. You don't have to wait for the second stimulus money or the third stimulus money to land where it has to land. You can get this rent now, as the one viewer just a second ago got the rent from Clark County in Las Vegas. Really, really, really good news. And with that, it's important that you get that piece of paper, Keep it near you all the time. Every time you tune into this channel, make sure you get that paper, because you may think about something. Say, I just had an idea. I don't understand something. Hopefully, I understand what this means. And so, under second stimulus, you want to put check, PPP, EIDL, SNAP, FPUC. You would also put rent, utilities, food, internet, childcare. You want to put the things under the second stimulus that you really want to know and follow and pounce as a Purple Hawk to get. That's the first one. Everyone's liking the shirt tonight. I appreciate it. I thought earlier today it did something with the lighting, but it did not. It was because of the window, because the window was open, so that did something with the lighting. So I'm glad it was not the shirt doing something with the light. The next one is the third stimulus package, which I started this video on. Make that list for third stimulus package. I know it's not law yet, but we already know what's going to be in there. Hazard pay, business grants, business loans, rent, utilities, a paid sick leave, a student at college, food from restaurants, food delivered from restaurants for free. And you start to hear these things, you make these lists so that you know you're ready to pounce. When I say internet, the second stimulus package provided money to low-income families for free internet access. It's been a big question of inquiry. It's sort of like it's sort of like a game of sleuth. Thank you, Lamonda for Charleston, for becoming a Purple Hawk. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining the family. And what about the broadband? Someone else asked the same question. Everyone's fascinated about the internet. I am too. It's the big mystery. I think we need to get, I think we need to get Steve Mnuchin on the phone. It's like, what's this free internet? Where is it? Thank you. I just missed that one. Thank you, Mark Adrian Padilla, for becoming a Purple Hawk. I really appreciate that. Beautiful dog also. So, I mean, we have to get someone on the phone and say, where's that darn internet? Can you tell me what this internet is? What is this internet that people ask me? What about the free broadband? There we go. What about the free broadband? What about the internet? Who cares about stimulus check? Just tell me where the free internet is. Is the tax credit for 2020 or 2021 taxes? I'll research that. Someone asked me that in the video before this, and I don't know if it was 2019 or 2020. What a night it is. And finally, the $2,400 SSI and SDI standalone bill. So let me give you a big recap where we are at the 27-minute mark. And I'm going to come back on live in 2-3 minutes with another 30-minute video. And I will go over your questions, item by item, that you have here. Just watch for the feed. It'll be a new feed, a new live feed, and I'll be right back. Let's recap where we are tonight. Thank you for joining me. This is LALATE for Evenings LALATE and Check, with big developments across the board here on LALATE. Now a 24-hour news channel. Programming continues tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. with overnights LALATE EIDL hits at 1 o'clock in the morning. Please watch that. You need to know how to get that EIDL. Then at 2 a.m. is unemployment. Big updates, especially if you're waiting for that FPUC retro to still happen. I rejoin you at 3 o'clock with early mornings LALATE, and then 3:30 at early mornings continuation of early mornings LALATE. The big news as we sit here tonight is we actually have a draft of the third stimulus check and third stimulus bill. And the draft details for us what we're going to get and how it works. But it also says, in some regards, some things are up for Congress to decide. Joe Biden specifically says, I'm not going to make a decision about it. I'll let them decide. I'll recommend a number, but I'm not going to tell them what number to do. If you're looking for the community page, you open the pinned comment. At the very last line is the volunteers, news.la.com/community. And so the great news is that the third stimulus package actually has some really great stuff in it. That's the first item. The second great news is the second stimulus package could go live with the EIDL this weekend. And the third great news is that the remainder of your $10,000 EIDL grant, which you never got, could be coming in the next few days. So watch for all these things across the board. It's all incredible great news. There's a lot of different stimulus checks that are being covered on this channel. It's a lot to grasp. You now know the $2,400 in SSI and SSDI will be a standalone bill. It won't be part of the third stimulus check package. where it lands, and that the student loan debt forgiveness also be a standalone bill. So much happening and so much across the board. We know it's not a law yet, and things could get changed, things can get better, things could get worse. Let's just hope they don't get worse. We saw that in CARES Act 1 where they took out those other stimulus checks. So let's hope they don't start taking things out of this. Let's just hope they start adding things to this. And yes, if you're wondering, there's no artificial intelligence in there as well. And throughout today's videos, I never whispered either anything when talking about the third stimulus package. So there you go. Thank you for a big night. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the alert so you get the alert when I next go live, which is right after this video in just 2-3 minutes. Like this video and stay with me because in 30 minutes from now, I will be going live with the continuation of this and more questions to answer for you. And also consider joining. And thank you for the new members who joined: Purple Hawks, Calcio VIPs, and Purple Powers by clicking that join link at the top of this video. Stay informed, stay focused, and I'll see you in about 5 minutes from now. And save LA for more.